Do something else here. What was it? Anybody else with a good one? Cowboy yodel. Baby chicken? Okay, baby chicken and cowboy yodeling all in the same song? That could be interesting. How about if we do cattle call? All right, everybody ready for cattle call? Let's see what we do. Here we go. Okay. Over here wanted a little song called My Baby Chicken. And this is kind of a cool little song. I learned this in Austria, and I worked on some Austrian farms, you know, and they had me out pitching hay, you know, and in Idaho we used balers and everything now, even back in 1973 when I was there. But in Austria they were still pitching hay with pitchforks. I thought I'd go out there and pitch hay and I just laugh my guts out going, God, why don't they get some good stuff? But the little kids in Austria revere their chickens much like we do cats and dogs here in the United States. So here's a story about a little Austrian boy who goes to town and buys himself a baby chicken. He brings it home and the little chicken jumps out of his hand and onto his mother's very hot wooden stove. So here's the story about that little Austrian boy. He tries to get that chicken off the stove before it burns his little feet. It's called My Baby Chicken, or maybe more appropriately, Chicken Fricassee. The right one? Yeah. Colonel Sanders. And that would have been a good Colonel Sanders drumstick because he was a young chicken, you know? All right. Let's see. You know, the country right next to Austria is Hungary. And the Hungarians have great music also, and they're kind of known for their gypsy music. In fact, my Swiss family immigrated into Switzerland because part of them were gypsies. You know that? You can't tell it in me, but part of my family was gypsies. There was a time, I'll tell you a little history. Back in time, there was a time when, you know, the countries they weren't really Germany and Austria and Switzerland at the time, but they were kind of settled in their little areas. And they decided that the gypsies didn't really have a home. And so they decided wherever those gypsies are on this certain date, they will become citizens of that land or that country, whatever it was at that time. Well, the Austrians, who kind of owned this country, kind of like Austria, there was kind of with the Swiss border, and so on that day, just the night before, they took all their gypsies and marched them clear over to Vorarlberg in Austria and into the Swiss border, over into Appenzell. You ever wonder why the Appenzellers have earrings and play violins? Well, there's lots of gypsy influence, and that's where my family came from. That's where my gypsy, Swiss family came from. And you just think about that. When you go to Appenzell, you go over to that canton, and they'll play all this bowed-based stuff, and they'll have the earrings, and they'll play lots of violin with their accordions. Yep, that's it. So I want to do a gypsy song, so let's see if I can do this. This is Gypsy Bar Mitzvah. You know, like I tell people, when I'm doing that mouth trumpet deal, you know, if I had a trumpet and I could play trumpet and accordion at the same time, I'd try the trumpet. But since I don't, I have to do it that way. And when you're doing that and you're pushing out real good pressure, you have to kind of close your eyes, because if you don't, you spit in your eye. That's not a good thing. You get pink eye real quick that way. All right, let's do the last song for this set, and then I'll be back over on the other stage about 6:30. I didn't bring any CDs over with me this time, so if you like CDs, they're just $10 a piece, and we'll have them over there for the rest of the festival, so in case you're around. All right, I want to do the most popular, most famous yodeling song in the world today. You want to hear it? Yeah! It's called the Cuckoo Yodel, and it's done by a girl in Switzerland. She's the most successful yodeler in the world right now, and she is 19, well now she's 22, but she's a really nice looking young lady, and all the boys in Switzerland want to marry her. And I think that has a heck of a lot to do with her success, and it really does. But she sings this really cool song. It's called the Cuckoo Yodel, and it has no words to it. So, me being crazy like I am, I put a few words to it, and instead of calling it the Cuckoo Yodel, I call it the Annoying Cuckoo Yodel, and that's because the words I put to it. But it is really annoying. It's pretty neat. So here we go.
Scott and Mike Stan for helping us out today. You guys are great. I love to come to Swiss, the cheese days. All those people in this part of Wisconsin are great. Thank you very much. You just like people at home. So thanks a lot. We'll go with that a little bit later. Have a great day. Thank you.